All right, now um, I planned on just making one long video, but that one was over 30 minutes long. However, maybe anyway. So apparently Samsung is doing or making this Galaxy S25 Edge, so a thin phone. Apple is going to have an iPhone 17. Let's just call it the iPhone 17 Air. Is there a push to have thinner phones? And before I forget, I want to come over here and I have a Pixel 9 Pro and a Xiaomi 14. And yeah, the Xiaomi 14 is anywhere between 3 and 2 millimeters thinner. And technically, yeah, I do feel it in my hands. Like when I'm holding the phone, I'm like, hey, this thinner phone does feel a little better in the hand. But yeah, we're talking a millimeter or two, 2 or 3 millimeters, and I feel like there hasn't been any sacrifice when it comes to the quality of the device, to the feature set of the device. I concluded my Zenfone, and I see that that's actually thicker. I didn't realize it was that much thicker than the other phones. However, it's smaller in other dimensions, so it still feels better in the hand. But anyway, let's come over here to the S25 Edge first look. Didn't realize I had it open in two. Oh, I know why it's open in two tabs. Anyway, let's see what they talk about.
Excited about this phone. I haven't seen excitement about a phone this way in many years. So I'm at Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked, and I just got a look at the new Samsung Galaxy Edge that they're teasing. Of course, the S25 phones are here, but everybody is excited to see this Edge phone. And it's the slim phone that was all in the rumors. Samsung made a quick mention of it at the end of the presentation, kind of one more thing style, and it's actually here, or a prototype, or a something. And it is super slim, as you'd expect. There are 2 cameras instead of 3.
Sorry about that. But yeah, like right there, you can already see that they've taken something away. Now, which 2 cameras are there? Maybe she'll say it, I don't know. But I wanted to freeze here just to make sure that I capture this. That yeah, instead of 3, there's 2. So already reduced performance in terms of what this Edge device is going to do compared to the regular S25 series. And my guess is because it's so thin, the battery's going to be smaller. And right there, it's just, okay, is this thinness of the phone worth giving up? That third camera lens, maybe, because if you're not that big of a camera, taker in it, and whatever that third lens is, yeah, it just simply might not be that important to you. But when it comes to battery capacity, it's like the battery in the S24 is already small. Sorry, S25 is already small. Are you willing to accept an even smaller battery, and equally important, a phone that we know is going to have super slow charging compared to today's standards? So it's smaller battery, one less camera lens, and slow charging. That, like, just to make it a little thinner doesn't seem like it's worth it. And yeah, I'm curious as to how much it's going to cost. Like, it's probably going to be more expensive than the base S25. I can't. If this were a $400 phone, then I'd be like, you know what? I take back everything I said. This is essentially like an A series phone. Then I'd be like, yeah, great, $399, cool. I might even buy one for $399. Well, I probably wouldn't, but I could see myself recommending it to somebody. But if it's more than the $799 that the S25 cost, then I'm like, yeah, don't waste your money to save a millimeter or so.
So that'll be something to watch out for if and when this phone ships. And there's not much else to say about it except that it's very thin. It was hard to take a photograph of from the side because it kind of felt like it disappeared.
But yeah, like she said, not much else to say.
The other thing to note is that everybody is super excited about this phone. I haven't seen excitement about a phone this way in many years. The place is mobbed, there's security, we're elbowing each other to get in and take pictures of the phone. It's old school stuff. So,
and yeah, The Verge has been around for a while. Allison Johnson's probably been doing this for a while. I'm sure at some point. Oh, and sorry, down here, so 6.4 millimeters thick. So I don't know, saving 2 millimeters or so. I don't know exactly how thick the S25 is, but actually she mentioned like old school levels of excitement, and I'm like, I get it, I really, really do. However, for those things, they were innovative, and I won't say that these companies aren't innovating at all, but this is, in my opinion, a step backwards. Because also, what we haven't heard, what chip is going to be on this thing? Is it going to be the Galaxy Elite or Snapdragon 8 Elite, whatever it's called, the one that's in the most recent chips, most recent phones? Because if it's going to be something else, then it's like, man, we got a smaller battery, we got one less camera lens, we possibly have an older chip. Like at that point, it's like, this is not an appealing device at all. And for what it is, literally, like, for what it is, this could have been done a long time ago if somebody chose. It's like, okay, let's just hopefully underpower the SoC, so that, because we're not going to be able to cool it that well, and just do it that way, and put a small battery, like, yeah, just the physical footprint of the phone. And if I were to look at, how big was the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 6, I think was the thinnest iPhone. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like going back to that is impressive by any means. So I don't understand the hype. I really don't. But hey, everybody has their own opinions.
Nice. We don't know. When's it going to ship? We don't know. Will it have Galaxy AI? Probably.
Only if the SoC and the amount of RAM in it allows it. And if they're like, well, this device will have that feature, but the majority of it is done in the cloud, then I'd say, well, then why don't all your devices get it then? Of course the new ones do, but if everything's in the cloud, then it should be device agnostic. But we'll see. No excitement over here.
There's a ton we don't know about this phone, but still, it's cool to see something new.
I don't count this as new. Okay, this is shit. Oh, let's make it thinner. Let's make it thinner and let's make it worse and say that it's new.
New year, new phones, here we are. I gotta say, I love this old school gadget vlogging energy with the crowd here. The phones themselves weren't super exciting, but...
Exactly. It's like, oh, we're trying to make a hype. We're trying to make a buzz around something that just doesn't deserve it. Again, and I said it in my other video, it's because there's no competition here. Okay, do this every 2 years with some noticeable improvements. And yeah, you'll get that buzz. Like, oh crap, there wasn't a Galaxy Unpacked last year, but they have one this year. So hey, let's see what Samsung has actually done. But yeah, these year-over-year iterative improvements are perfectly fine. That's how it should be. But to have people gather as if it's something noteworthy just isn't necessary every year anymore. So yeah, just admit it. Nothing super exciting, in my opinion, including this Galaxy S25 Edge. Not super exciting. Just something to do, it almost seems like hey, let's cover this device. Cool.
I don't know. Maybe this other stuff could be something to look forward to in 2025.